guys, welcome to my new movie review, guys. I'm going to go into some awesome details about this new remake that went straight to binge. And for those of you in Australia, this went to binge, and those of you here in other countries, I believe it's on HBO Max. Yeah, it is. No, it's on Max. But anyway, I'm here to talk about the binge version, the 2024 version of Salem's Lot. Let's roll that synopsis. Let's roll some cast. Let's roll my intro. And guys, let's talk about this incredible new movie, Salem's Lot. Let's talk about it. See you soon. The acting is one thing in this movie, but the character chemistry, the lighting, and the camera angling in this movie is so precedentedly brilliant. And for those of you who don't know, hey, welcome to my new movie review. Guys, it's so awesome for you to be here. I really appreciate you clicking on this link. For those of you who are new to my channel, please don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for notifications. And welcome. It is an awesome, massive welcome to you. Very warm welcome to you to my new movie review. And those of you who have been around for a while, welcome back. Good for you to be here. I really appreciate it. Guys, I know I drone on this all the time, but it's true. And I like to tell you guys because I like to give you facts. Those of you who are new to here, I just want to let you know that I don't do spoilers in my movie reviews because in my personal opinion, just my humble opinion, guys, I don't think they're fair. So I completely avoid them indefinitely. When I do talk about a scene to you, I talk about it contextually. So when you go and finally see the film, when you get an opportunity, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You're like, that's what you meant when you're talking about that. However, guys, let's move on. Guys, Salem's Lot, obviously, if you don't know, this is a remake. And I have to say, in my personal opinion, now that I've seen the film on binge, I have to say I'm very disappointed that this did not get a theatrical release because it should have. It is awesome. It is brilliantly executed, and far out does this bring the visual effects in tropes. This film kind of feels like it's weighted on the visual effects, and not in a bad way, in any way, shape or form, but it kind of felt like that. It kind of felt like they got the script, they were so happy with the script that they were like, yeah, you know what? We're so happy with this script, let's really hone in on the visual effects. And obviously, the acting on this movie and in this movie brings their game. And obviously, as you saw in the synopsis of this movie review at the beginning, the journalist, the guy who, is there to write the book and update and stuff like that, it's very well done and incredibly well executed at how it is based upon his returning. However, That's kind of like a side story of the actual focal story of the movie, which obviously is the township. And it is really, really important as us as audience members that we are in that journey for technically both storylines, and that they really do play it out like that. And I tell you now, I want to talk about, again, to contextually, I won't give any spoilers away, but I want to talk about a scene just really, really quickly so that if you do blink, that you don't miss it. Because I was like, when I saw it, I was like, wow, if you blinked, you would miss that. Like, you actually would. If you turned away for a moment, you'd completely miss that scene altogether. And it's kind of funny how they did it so that you would intentionally be drawn to it. Now, it's kind of odd because I'm actually talking about a completely blacked out sequence. And you're like, what? Yeah, it's a blacked out sequence. Now, it's really, really, really fascinating, guys, in this movie because, I'll tell you why, it's at the beginning of the movie after they shut the cellar doors, right? They shut the cellar doors and then the cellar becomes completely black. Now, the reason why the camera doesn't pan back to go to immediate light is because what is in the cellar we see for a really, really, really brief second. Now, the only thing that kind of bugged me a little tiny bit about that cellar scene, a little tiny bit, is because it was pitch black, I was like, well, how could you see that? Like, how could you see that? You couldn't see that. And obviously it was just to scare the audience. But I was like, but that wouldn't be that. Because we know now what that is. But it works. It works really, really well. I'm not joking, you guys. They brought this movie home. Like, it is so outstandingly brilliant. This movie is, especially the lighting and the cinematography. Oh man, like I want to talk about again right at the start of the film. The two dudes in the trucks, and when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Those of you who've seen it, the guys in the two guys in the truck, they're in the truck, and I don't know what it is. Something about the lighting of the scene, the character development, the dialogue execution. Oh man, I loved how that scene unfolded, even though it's just the beginning of the movie and like you don't even see them after that. It is so well executed, and for me as an audience member, I really bought their fear, I bought their anxiety, I bought their what they were going through in their mind to not want to actually go into the house. And I really genuinely wholeheartedly, I was like, yeah, I don't know what's happening right now, but I'm buying every moment of it. And I really genuinely wholeheartedly did. Something else I want to talk about really quickly is there's a scene in this movie, and I don't know how they did it, I wouldn't have a clue, but however they did it, they brought it so well, is the two boys are walking through a forest, and the camera's just like there, and just the lighting and everything about that scene is so good. Something happens in that sequence in the forest, and it is so creepy. It's so creepy. Oh wow, is it so creepy. And when you see what happens at the end of that sequence, oh man, I tell you what, in any way, shape or form, guys, you're going to be so thoroughly impressed with how this movie just unfolds and unpacks and just keeps bringing those 1-2 punches for us as an audience to just be like, what is happening right now? Now, as you saw in the opening, he hasn't got a big character in this, but he's got a very, 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 very detrimental character to the movie. And that is who, yes, you know who I'm talking about, guys, William Sadler. Now, I know when I started watching this movie, because the movie that he's in is one of the greatest films that has ever been made in the history of cinema. And those of you who don't know, this movie is actually written by the great, the brilliant, the masterful, the wonderful Stephen King. I know, right? The great Stephen King. And as I just said, William Sadler, the great William Sadler, is in also. They're like, I know that face. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Those of you who've seen the great, the brilliant, the amazing, The Shawshank Redemption. That's right. Boom, boom. Yeah. That is William Sadler. He's in The Shawshank Redemption, and he is in Salem's Lot. He plays an incredibly epic, brilliant role in this movie, and I was so unbelievably blown away by his character in this movie. It is so good. Guys, this movie has an absolutely slew of brilliantly awesome, absolutely incredible, amazing characters in every way, shape, or form, and it is so amazing. And this is one thing that I have to say. I have to say this. It's fascinating to me. It is really fascinating to me at how, if you see this movie for the scare elements of the fear behind it, not glued to a Hollywood film, as in you don't look at it from a production value film, you don't look at it from a film that is made intentionally from a budgeted element of it. If you don't look at it from that, if that's not your perspective, if you're looking at it from how the director wants you to feel emotionally and fear-filled, journeyed elements of it, then this movie is very, 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 very deliberately scary, which is executed impeccably. But if you don't look at it like that, then its qualities are very, very, very. It's not that. And I know that's like, what are you saying? When you see, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just so good. It is so good. Like, it is so well executed. And I'm gonna say religious elements to it. I'll use that word. The religious elements to this movie really do bring this movie on a whole new level home, because that element of it is really the fear factor behind the movie. And when they get into the nitty gritties of when those sequences happen, it is full on. Like, it is messed up, it's full on. And those of you who've seen the trailer for this movie, you'll know what I'm talking about before you see the movie. And those of you who've seen the movie and you've seen the trailer, again, you'll know what I'm talking about. He's against a wall, and the dude's gone like this with a cross, and all of a sudden he like flies away into the darkness. I loved that sequence. I love that sequence so much. That sequence was so good. Like, it is so awesomely executed. Every member of cast in this movie bring their A game. And I mean, they bring their A game to the absolute highest acting level possible. Like, it is so well done. This movie brings they bring the A game of every proportional measure possible. And like, it's kind of funny that, and I want to say this in a weird way, this is a very, very slow burn movie, but not slow burn as in boring. Like, it just doesn't get to the point really quickly. Like, it really gradually gets to the point. And then when it hits, like, especially, I don't want to give it away, but there's like a scene to do with a lot of cars. And when you see that movie, when you see that scene, it's right at the end. Oh man, it is so good. Like, it truly is. Oh man, that's such a good scene. I was so taken back. I was honestly so impressed by this movie, guys. I was so thoroughly, totally, unbelievably, not unprepared, but I was just so impressed this entire movie, guys. This is such a massive, such a salute to the filmmakers and the cinematographers and the lighting directors. Oh man, They brought this movie home in every way, shape, or form, guys, and I truly, wholeheartedly believe thoroughly that you guys are going to be so unbelievably impressed with Salem's Lot. Like, seriously, in my personal opinion, guys, if you have young ones, don't let them see this movie, in my personal opinion, because they're going to have nightmares hard over this movie, because it really, really, really is creepy, spooky, and just, it messes with your head so much. Honestly, this is an absolutely fantastically brilliant movie. And those of you who are horror genre movie goers, go and check out on Binge Salem's Lot, or if you're in other states, Max. And I'm guessing there's probably other streaming services that have this too, but this is definitely on Binge. Guys, I'm going to leave you with that one. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet because, like I said, you're going to love it. It's going to fully just whet that palate for you if you're a horror movie fan and you love vampire movies and stuff like this. This is an absolute must-watch in every way, shape, or form, guys. I'm going to leave you to it, guys. You've been amazing. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for clicking this link for Salem's Lot. Go and check it out. Go and watch Salem's Lot on Binge if you have that streaming service. I really appreciate your time, guys. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to click that bell for notifications. That way, anytime I drop anything on my movie review, guys, it'll show up on your device that you're watching my content on straight away, and then you won't miss out on any of my content. You've been amazing. I appreciate your time. Thanks for being here. Guys, you know who this is. This is Superman Steve, loving you always and appreciating your time. God bless you so much, and thank you for clicking on this link. This is Superman Steve, appreciating your time. Flying out!